Yeah. Well, the lady came and she wanted to lose weight. And she said, okay, we can do that. But you know what? For lunch, I love my McDonald's and I don't want to stop that. And I said, fine, okay. I just want you to do that slightly different. And she had no problem with that. I said, okay, now instead of going to buy that, then walking back to the office, eating it in the meantime, and then, go back, have a coffee and the donut, all together. How about if we just change that? So you use your car to go to the McDonald's and then sit and eat it there. And you know what happened? When she did it that way, she came back next time and she said, you completely ruined my experience. I hate it. I don't like it. It's horrible. And, the whole point of the story is when you do that mindfully, you feel how horrible that is, really. I had recently something strange, and I think, it's one of the persons in our community, so I'm not going to mention the name, but he said, it was a young man who said, you know what, I've been eating this lunch for 3 weeks constantly, and I didn't feel the taste or anything. I just did it and, carry on working. And when we did that mindful eating together, he said, this is the first time after 3 weeks that I'm really tasting what I'm eating. And it's really funny how people think, what's the point of teaching somebody how to eat? We are not babies. But what we normally do, we read, use our phone, we read emails, usually how the lunch looks like, or evening, you just look at your TV, you watch the program, whatever you like, and sitting on your sofa and eating. So your brain doesn't have a clue that you're eating, your brain is with your screen. And you just keep eating and eating. How many times it happens that you start open the bag of something, even a healthy stuff like nuts, and you just keep eating and oops, there is no more. When did I took all of that, right? That's mindless eating. And if you just swap that from mindless to mindful, you start connecting with the body and you can just see what is really good for the body and what's really not good. And it's not that hard to then stop things that are really not good for you. Obviously, that's not the only tool, but it's a good start.
When you said that, something deep inside me heard, I can eat what my body needs. And if I can find a way of doing that, I'm sure that that's the way. I'm sure that that's right. And actually it is. It is. And it's given me freedom.
That's exactly the word that is so important. You want to achieve freedom. You don't want to eat, what you should be eating. Should is not part of that, because your brain center in your brain that is actually helping you to stop when it's time to stop, to eat when you're hungry, is part of that you should trust. You shouldn't use this part of the brain that is for creative thinking, writing, and doing lovely stuff like that, to use to say I actually should have a smaller plate. I don't like that. It doesn't really make much sense, because it's not about what you should be doing. It's about hearing when the body says enough and stop. And also to hear, for example, you want to drink and you are okay maybe with 1 glass, but then you go and have 5 because you just keep drinking without thinking, because you're talking and drinking and whatever. I could just mention another lady. She had a problem with wine more than with food. What she was normally doing, she would cook the dinner and probably drink 2 or 3 glasses while she's just moving and cooking. As the first step, I said, I'm not telling you not to drink, but drink only when you're sitting and enjoy every single sip. And you know what? Within a week, she went from a bottle to a glass with no problem. It's not about forcing. Do you see what I'm saying? So don't drink mindlessly while people come back from work, they are stressed, so they open the bottle of wine, start cooking and eating something while cooking because they're very hungry. And you do so much of that you have actually no idea how much you put in your body. And actually you don't count that, because, if I ask them, because I ask people to tell me what they eat, they don't count that as a food, right? But if we say, no, eat only when you're sitting, and then enjoy completely. It's such a lovely experience. You love it, you enjoy your food, and you have no reason to eat too much. It's really simple.